I should have had the good doctor on years ago, but quite frankly, I wanted to do more research on his claims. In fact, once I even set him up and then rudely canceled him because I said, this is such a serious allegation. About 10 years ago, he may remember, probably doesn't. Such a serious allegation that he's making that I want to do research. Well, you get busy, you do a lot of things. And in the last 10 years, I have read more than 20, 30 books on the subject. I quit counting. I've actually gone to state libraries, university libraries. I have actually interviewed scores of other medical doctors, scientists, epidemiologists, virologists. And I have seen what Nobel Prize winners have just said in the last year, 2 separate ones saying AIDS is an inside job. Of course, then many other scientists and guests out of the blue and news articles would bring up the documents in the 1970s that they independently discovered about the Navy and others developing race-specific bioweapons. Since then, I've read in its entirety, and then the different subchapters that it discusses. You have to then go to the actual source documents that are bookmarked. Of State Department Memorandum 200 by Henry Kissinger in 1973, declassified in 1992. I made Endgame. I did over a year of research with 2 researchers in my office, working on it many hours a day. And quite frankly, I discovered things even worse than what Dr. Graves is saying. So I have to tell you, he was right all along. It's just there's so many incredible guests, so many incredible researchers, so many incredible things that I just don't have time to vet and prove for myself before I bring them on the show. I guess, would just put people on the show beforehand and just say I haven't documented what they've said instead of waiting 10 years. Same thing with chemtrails. We've been doing research on that, and then we just discovered that it's true. There's whole government declassified areas hidden in plain view. I'm so busy, I haven't even had time over the weekend. I tried to do research to even do an article on it. It's the problem. There are so many tens of thousands. First off, before we go to Mr. Graves, and I appreciate him joining us, I'm trying to preface all this. In Endgame, we literally didn't put 1/1,000th, maybe not even 1/10,000th of all the admitted radiating troops, spraying with biological weapons, killing them, killing foster children, killing children the government grabbed, killing children that parents brought in to have surgery, radiating them, hundreds of thousands. I mean, it's so, and it's just the U.S. and Israel and Russia and England and a few others. And then South Africa creating race-specific bioweapons, and Jane's Weapons Quarterly, and Dick Cheney writing about how they wanted to use them on people and make it legitimate, PNAC document, September 2000. I mean, the point is that you literally jump into an ocean of them admitting it, an ocean of them doing it. They see it as their great work, their charity, their loving thing. We just posted the Rabbit Hole Part 2, Endgame, The Rabbit Hole Doesn't End Here, Part 2, at truthnews.us this weekend. Then a great writer put together all the research that we'd seen independently. They did even more with the head of Planned Parenthood being Bill Gates' dad, admitting the Rockefeller Foundation runs it all at public speeches, video, audio of it, $39 billion given just in the last year by Bill Gates and Warren Buffett for all of this. I mean, this is huge. And so it's basically like I'm trying to give you the history of the world here in a thumbnail. But I guess the best way to do it is Dr. Boyd Graves, who's one of the first to discover this, to be speaking out against it and exposing it. And again, AIDS infest almost every nation in the world. Some countries in Africa have 40+% rates of it. You'll see somebody like, you can debate what cures it, what treats it all day, but bottom line, it's a government op. Remember Magic Johnson said he had it and was going to die, and then suddenly, oh, I'm fine, I got the cure, and they told him shut up. Remember Tommy Morrison, the boxer? If you take the drugs, that ends up killing you. There's people, they've done medical tests, even the BBC admits they've done AIDS tests in Africa on people that have never had sex, never had anything, but they've been given an injection, and that's where they got it. So I'm going to shut up now and go to Dr. Boyd Graves, who I'll even keep over to the next hour for the time I've taken from him here, prefacing all this. All I can beg you to do is go to whatistheendgame.com or go to prisonplanet.com and get Endgame. Endgame doesn't even broach the AIDS situation. It just covers where they say they want to kill 80% of us. Their main target, blacks. They have a special hatred and want to kill blacks. But I found they're doing it to whites. They're doing it to everybody. But they can get away with it in Latin America and Africa and poor areas of Asia better because there's no real media, no reporting. They own the governments through IMF and World Bank loans. They say through IMF and World Bank loans they'll buy the quietness, the silence of the country's leadership that are doing this. This is it. It's going on now. And please get Endgame Blueprint for Global Enslavement. If they admit they've killed hundreds of thousands of us by design, why wouldn't they do something like this? Why wouldn't they do a 9/11? Well, then you find the documents, and indeed they are. So I think the best way to start this is just to tell you that Dr. Boyd Graves, AIDS activist, 11 years ago, Boyd Graves, a lawyer and 1975 graduate of the U.S. Naval Academy, discovered he had HIV/AIDS positive. Rather than lay down and accept it as a death sentence, he resolved to learn all he could about the disease in hopes of seeking a cure. What Graves discovered shocked and enraged him. Based upon information he discovered in the public domain and through the Freedom of Information Act, he concluded the U.S. government was involved in a super-secret special virus cancer program, that now declassified, by the way. He feels it is the cause of the dreaded disease HIV/AIDS. In 1999, Graves discovered the secret 71 Special Virus Center flowchart, which spells out the incremental development of a laboratory-produced virus designed to attack and undermine the immune system of people of African descent. And again, my dad is an oral surgeon. He knows a lot of doctors, medical doctors. I remember him in the 80s talking about this, saying that he'd seen the numbers from the CDC that white men or white women who have just as many sexual partners, they could even be black partners who have AIDS, are hundreds of times less likely to contract it, but blacks can almost catch it from somebody sneezing on them. So the point is it's race-specific, and there's no doubt. But I've said enough. There's so much here. He's done so much to expose it, and I salute you, Mr. Graves.
My friend, I do not know if I have ever had a more glorious introduction than that which you just did. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for coming on. In a nutshell, tell us a little bit more about yourself and this horrific saga. I mean, I've had to come face...
let's get going here, my friend. I'm about to celebrate my 6th anniversary on taking the AIDS cure. Let's start at the beginning. The AIDS cure is U.S. patent number 5676977. Anyone who's listening now, and I know that this is the world jury, can go to www.uspto.gov. That's the Patent and Trademark Office database of the United States of America. What we are talking about here, Alex, are U.S. documents. Dr. Boyd Ed Graves can read. We're talking about U.S. documents and nothing more.